Hey everyone, Garbage here. So today I want to talk about something that's becoming more and more common in a lot of modern first-person shooters that I really love, but also really hate. And that thing is ADS. For those that don't know, ADS stands for Aiming Down Sights, and it's basically what it sounds like. When you ADS in a first-person shooter, you are literally aiming down the sights on your gun model in your hand, as opposed to hip firing where you use the crosshair in the center of your screen to aim instead of the sights. And the reason why I think it's become so common in first-person shooters these days is because it gives game developers another way to balance their game. Oftentimes when you ADS, your shots are more accurate, but in exchange you give up a little bit of movement speed and a little bit of immediacy because it takes time to aim down the sights. Whereas with hipfire, you can shoot immediately and you move at your normal moving speed, but you give up a lot of accuracy. And ADS is not exactly a new idea. In fact, it's been around for quite a while. And one of the earliest examples of ADS in a first-person shooter is the 2003 game Viet Cong, where you were able to aim down sights, and it worked pretty much the same then as it does now. The reason why I love ADS so much is because it's just so cool. There's something about looking down the physical sights of your gun that just makes it feel so real. I just think it's a really fun mechanic to play with. But at the same time, I also hate ADS because I think it contributes to a growing problem in first-person shooters, which is that it makes a lot of first-person shooters really clunky to play. You may have noticed that in a lot of modern first-person shooters, there are so many buttons that you have to press. I mean, you've got your normal buttons for movement, for jumping and crouching, but then you might also have another button to go prone. You might have a button to use a tactical. Maybe you have to press a button to use an ultimate ability, maybe select fire. There are buttons you have to press to lean around corners, and ADS is just one more button that you have to think about while you're playing the game. And this is perfectly fine. I like having a lot of different mechanics to play with in a game, but sometimes I just want to turn my brain off and shoot stuff. I don't want to be thinking about buttons. And I think that's part of the reason why I used to love Overwatch so much, because it truly is an exceptional game, whereas a lot of other games at the time were focusing on adding more and more and more to their games. Overwatch was actively cutting things down, streamlining things, focusing more on creating a very simple moveset that felt incredible to play, and it really does show. For me, Overwatch has some of the best feeling gameplay out of any game that I've ever played, and you'll notice that with the exception of 3 characters, there is no ADS in Overwatch. And it's not like Overwatch is an easy game to play. Yeah, it's a very simple game to pick up and learn, but it's extremely difficult to master. On the other hand, you have a game like Apex Legends, and I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate for this, but in my opinion, Apex is one of the clunkiest games that I've ever played. To me, nothing feels intuitive, and I've had to go into the settings and change so many things just to make the game feel a little more responsive. And this isn't coming from a place of hate. Apex Legends is currently my favorite game, but that doesn't mean it's not clunky. And I think that more game studios really need to be thinking about this when they're adding mechanics to their games, because every single little ability or tactical or whatever you add to a player's toolkit, you gotta have a button assigned to it. And eventually it just gets to a point where there are just way too many buttons to think about. But that's just my personal opinion. What I want to know is what you think about ADS. Do you like it or do you hate it? And I don't want to hear any of this, oh, it depends on the game nonsense. You have a preference. I want to hear it. Feel free to let me know in the comments down below. Anyways, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and bell for more gaming content. I also stream on this channel every once in a while. Links to my Discord and Twitter down below. And as always, have a nice day.